Hey, good day, good day, good day, good day, good day, and welcome to the Dr. Jeff Experience. I'm so glad to have you here on this Tuesday evening. Uh, brand new month, brand new season, getting to the fall season. You can feel the weather breaking. You are, I know for me, I came down with an allergy attack. So tonight is going to be an abbreviated session of the Dr. Jeff Experience. And tonight we're just going to go over some of the upcoming events that we're going to be hosting. We're going to be dealing with our book club, our men's group, and also introduce some other things that are available to you. But we'll go over that tonight. Just want to welcome each and every person who was here. I hope you had a um, great Labor Day. I always get those two mixed up. Labor Day. Well, we had a great Labor Day, and I know myself and my family and friends. We did. We go to something called House in the Park. I'm a house music fanatic. I love house music. Love to dance, the whole works. And so we went there this weekend, and we had a great time. I mean, just a great time. So I hope you guys did something well with your time this weekend. And now we're here. So look, I am. I want to introduce to you, to some of you. We talked about it, but I want you to know about what's coming up. So we have a co-ed. When I say we, the Dr. Jeff Experience, we want to invite you to be a part of a co-ed book club. Okay, we're going to meet every first Monday of the month. Now we passed this first Monday, so we will be meeting on the ninth. We'll be meeting on the ninth, and we want you to tune in and be a part of what we're going to be doing. It's going to be great. Let me put the book in here so you can see. Our first book we're going to be dealing with is called Fulfilled: Living and Leading with Unusual Wisdom, Peace, and Joy. This book is authored by Reverend Dr. Kirk Byron Jones. Kirk Byron Jones is one who is a pastor. He is a author, teacher, professor with a large background, huge academic background. I could go on for days with all of his achievements. This book did so much of. I led a men's group back starting in 2020, right at the height of COVID. I was the men's pastor at a particular church, and we went online because we couldn't participate in person during COVID. And our men's ministry grew tremendously. And this was one of the first books that we read. And we were in it for so long because it was so interesting and so apropos for the particular time. And I believe it still is. Um, what Dr. Kirk Byron Jones, and listen, before we get started, I want you to tag somebody. If you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn Live, I want you to go ahead and subscribe. Send up those stars if you're on Facebook. Send those stars so we can get this word out, everybody, to be a part of what we're talking about. Talking about men's book club. No, actually, it's a co-ed book club. I'm sorry, it's open to men and women. And here's the flyer for that. What you need to do is you need to email me for a link. Email at that email, and they will get a link sent out to you. A link will be sent out to you so you can register, and we won't have any craziness online. You know, some folks just like to get on to cause trouble. But here it is. Come join the Dr. Jeff Experience book club via Zoom. We're going to be on Zoom, so it'll just be us. Okay, it'll just be us, and it'll be every first Monday. This week's, I'm sorry, this month it'll be September the 9th. And you register in advance. just by emailing me. And once you email, we'll send you the registration link. And this way you can be a part of our book club. Okay. Now, again, our first call fulfilled, living and leading with unusual joy, wisdom, and peace. I've read this book several times. I cannot put it down. Anytime I'm in a place where I feel like life is at a rush or life is just going too fast, I pick this book up. What he did with this book is amazing. It really deals with the idea of stillness and the importance of stillness. Um, what Jones did was, well, let me just read first part to you. I'm going to read. Uh, I'm going to read. Hey there. All right. I'm going to read the opening lines of the first chapter, and you'll see why I love this book so much. Why stillness makes me weep. And the first chapter is distilling stillness. It says, I'm used to it now, crying during my morning times of stillness. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, I just let the tears come. Why do I cry? Sometimes I cry at the point of having touched a moment of burdenlessness. Imagine that. There are spaces and places in stillness where I feel as light as a feather. All burdens, worries, and cares are lifted, at least temporarily. And it's as if I can just float away if I choose to do so. It is a moment of being fully relieved of all I've been carrying. I cry for the relief I am feeling, and I think in part for the realization that I had been carrying all I had been carrying. Sometimes we don't know how much we are bearing until we drop the heavy load. Considering the weight for the first time is enough to make me cry sometimes. Let me just read this next paragraph. Sometimes I cry from a sense of having bumped into myself, my truest, deepest self, free and unmasked. The roles we fill in life can camouflage and sometimes compromise who we are at our essence. It is possible to be so busy trying to be so many things to so many people that we lose a sense of who we are without reference to others and their expectations. In stillness, as all others and all expectations are gathered together for a time in a merciful waiting area outside my consciousness, someone whom I may not recognize at first glance appears. Then, the someone turns out to be me, the me who is me, unadorned by all. So I don't know, man, if you can put yourself in the mindset of the author, but what he is talking about is getting to a place of stillness where you have wherever your place that you can go to from everything. And what he does is he lets us know. The author tries to open up our minds to so much that we've taken on. We've taken on so much. Um, we don't even realize it. You know, our role as father, mother, teacher, preacher, whatever your role is on your job, that role on, and then people see us as that. And because we believe that people see us as that, we carry that on over and over and over again. And all the time. And we don't separate ourselves from that. So we carry the burden of thinking that we must always be what we do instead of being who we are. Now, that's two different things. What we do is not always who you are. Um, and we're going to get into that. That's why you need to be a part of the book club, because what the author is trying to get us to do is get us to a place where we become still enough that we almost hear our heartbeat. We don't just feel it, but we can hear it. It's a place where we get to what we call active breathing or square breathing, where we're breathing in through our nose and we're holding it, and then we're letting it go with our mouths, and we're exhaling. And each time we exhale all of the things that we've taken on throughout the day or throughout life that we really need to let go of for a moment at least, just so that we can find that place of stillness, to the point that we get to where we bump into a person that we don't often encounter. And that person is you. I never forget, and I love this song, not just because of who it is, but when you listen to the words, it's really prophetic. Teddy Pendergrass has a song out, "You Can't Hide from Yourself." Everywhere you go, there you are. I think it's one of the most profound records. I mean, one of the most profound records, because if you ever listen to him, he's put out so much. He put out so much. Now, Reverend Kirk Byron Jones is a pastor in the Christian church, but this is not just a Christian book. So this is open to not only all men and all women, but people of all faiths. Um, and the crux of it, as I said, as it opened up, Kirk Byron Jones introduces the book by a testimony where he got to the point that he learned how to get to a place of stillness, so much so that he bumped into himself. Let me read it again. Let me read it again. He says, "Sometimes I cry at the point of having touched a moment of burdenlessness." That means that I get to a point where nothing matters. I become so still and so chill in the moment that I'm away from all these things, that I almost feel burdenless and like as light as a feather. All burdens, worries, and cares are lifted, at least temporarily. And it's as if I can just float away. Can you imagine that? Now, I know how to get to that point. I love to sit in nature. Uh, thank God I have a backyard that's filled with trees and birds and all kinds of sounds of nature. Uh, he says, "I cry for the relief I am feeling, and I think in part for the realization that I had been carrying all I had been carrying." He's crying because he realizes he got to this point, and it's a place of stillness that he has been able to get to, that provides him the peace that causes him to be as light as a feather. Like everything has passed away. He's gotten to the point where he's practiced his square breathing. He can hear things far off and identify what they are, because nothing is intruding in that thought process anymore. It's not about what he has to do at work. It's not about what you have to do as well. It's not about what you got to do with the kids to get them to the next practice, or what's going on what's going on with the children, what's going on with your wife, what's going on with your husband. What this book is teaching us to do is understanding the importance of stillness, awareness, and then playfulness. We've forgotten all about playfulness. As a kid, you remember, hey, good day, Dr. Hope, Brother Scott. Kiva, my sister. How y'all doing? Glad you come in tonight. We're talking about the upcoming book club. It's a co-ed book club, and our first book. I'll put it back up for those of you who just come in. By Kirk Byron Jones. It's called Fulfilled. Hold on, let me get that back up. It's called Fulfilled by Brother Kirk Byron Jones. And again, he is a pastor in the Christian church, but this book is for all denominations, all faiths. And let me read another part. Sometimes we don't know how much we are bearing until we drop the heavy load. Isn't that true? Um, I mean, throughout the week, I get to the point where I just have to stop, get to a place where it's just me and God. And I'm listening. I'm not talking. I'm listening. I'm practicing my square breathing, which is kind of difficult for me right now because I'm really suffering from an allergy attack. And but I was out back even before the show, just for a minute. Took me about 15 minutes just to refocus my square breathing, which is breathing in through the nose, holding it for about 5 seconds, and then letting it go slowly through my mouth. I do that about 4 times, and on the fifth time, I hold it for about 10 seconds, and then I push it out. And on that push out, on that fifth time, I can almost see all of the stuff that had me tense, tight, and touchy leaving me. Um, so this book is going to talk about stillness, getting to that point. Because let me tell you something: with everything that's out there today, politics and social media, and just life in itself, as young folks say, life be life and all by itself. And we don't take the time to learn how to um, decrease in stuff or de-escalate or defray some stuff. We want to take on so much. I know that's for me. I take on a lot, and my wife reminds me often that you can't take on all these burdens or other people's cares and stuff. And it's very important for, I don't care who you are, what your role is. You can even be retired, but throughout the day, find that place of stillness. Find that place of awareness. Find that place of playfulness. Listen, we like to go skating, have a good time. We love to go dance. We love concerts. Whatever it is that's going to give us a sense of playfulness. Like you were a kid. You did adventurous stuff, and some people say at your age. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? I'm not talking about doing stupid stuff, but I mean it's nothing wrong with engaging in the playfulness of life. Brothers, sisters, who you like to go ball? Go ball. Go play basketball. Play kickball. Join a softball league. Tennis. Go play tennis. I love tennis. It's getting a little cooler now, so I can go out and play tennis. Um, it's so many things that you can do to engage in playfulness and laugh and go see a comedy show. Don't just sit home and Netflix and chill, but go out, go see a comedy show. Those of you who know me, think about me and those crazy times of me coming up in Jersey. You'll find something to laugh at for sure. Um, but playfulness and awareness, being aware of the importance of letting go of those things that life will bring to you. I want to read this part again for those of you who just came on. We're talking about the book Fulfilled by Kirk Byron Jones that we will be journeying on every first Monday of the month. This month we'll be meeting at 7 o'clock on September 9th. It's a co-ed book club. It's for anybody, any faith, any religion, whatever it is. We're going to be dealing with some life stuff. and it's going to be at 7 o'clock. What you do is you need to email me. You need to email at this email. Email me, and let me put the flyer back up. You go ahead and email me, and what will happen is when you email me, a registration link will be sent to you for the Zoom link. And you fill out that registration, you get that Zoom link, and you'll be ready to go. You'll be ready to go every first Monday. Now, based upon the participation, you may think like, well, I don't want to wait every month. I may want to do this every other month. And this is your book club. I'll run it however you want to. We'll do that. But let me read another part again for those of you who just came on. Kirk Byron Jones, in the first chapter, he says, sometimes I cry from a sense of having bumped into myself, my truest, deepest self, free and unmasked. In other words, about the fact that it is important for us to get to a point of stillness, so much so that we cry almost, having a sense of bumped into ourselves, that we see at our truest, deepest self, free and unmasked. A lot of times you got to ask yourself and ask other people, like, who are you running from? Who who are you running from? As I told you before, Teddy Pendergrass said, he said, you can't hide from yourself. Everywhere you go, there you are. And you ever see people that's always doing this? They're at this meeting, they're at that meeting, they're involved in this, and every day they're going somewhere, they're doing something. And you got to think to yourself, well, when do you have time? When do you have time for you? Or do you want to meet you? Maybe, maybe one of the problems is you are afraid of meeting you. You ever think about that? Some people, or it may be you, one of the viewers tonight, it may be you who are afraid to meet with. You may be afraid. Really, what that comes from, what I have dealt with in my research, I have found that people don't want to be in a place where they get to thinking about their past, their present. Dr. Scott, how you doing, man? Good to see you tonight. People don't want to. Uh, they don't want to. They don't want to be by themselves too long, because they start thinking about their past, which they've never confronted. See, in many of us, there's a little boy, there's a little girl in us that's crying for attention. There's a little boy, a 12-year-old child, maybe. There's a 15-year-old young girl in a 50-year-old body that is crying out for help. Because it was at that point, it was at that stage that something may have happened and you suppressed it instead of dealing with it. And as long as you suppress, that's right, insecure with themselves. That's right. As long as you suppress that, that person will be crying out for attention. And what happens is you lash out on anybody who reminds you of whoever it was that harmed you in whatever way, whether it be physical or mental. There's somebody who will say something to you and cause a trigger, and you will react because you haven't dealt with that thing and that person that's in you trying to be healed. I had to deal with that. I had to learn that there were just some certain people in my life that I wanted to be in my life that weren't going to be. And it was okay because I had learned to do life without them. Um, and it was more of a burden to them than it was to me, because I moved on. I moved on. Um, I never forget there was a sermon that I heard and talked about. Uh, you got to get past the fact that daddy's not coming to take you to baseball practice. And it was grown men that really had to come to that realization because they never came to it. They were still wanting dad to come and take them to uh, baseball practice or football practice because they missed out on that. And you just got to move on because it's toxic to yourself, and then you become toxic to other people because other people may say something and they don't even know it. They don't even know it, but they say something and they trigger that little person, that little girl, that little guy in you, and they're screaming for help. And what happens is in the stillness moment, we come in contact with that person and we're scared. Many of us have to take medicine to sleep because we hear those voices from inside, from that person that we never dealt with, from those issues we never dealt with. So they keep festering and festering and festering. Let me tell you what it does. It's cancerous. It's cancerous. We don't pray about it. We don't take it to God. We don't sit and say, God, take this away from me or help me to deal with it. Help me to get rid of it. So what happens is you become a toxic person. You ever met that kind of person? Just all the time. Just all the time, all over the place. Because they're trying to hide from themselves and you can't. Everywhere you go, there you are. You can't hide from yourself. So brother Kirk Byron Jones is saying here, he says, sometimes I cry at the sense of having bumped into myself, my truest, deepest self, free and unmasked. The roles we fill in life can camouflage and sometimes compromise who we are at our essence. In other words, because of the role that we take on, um, I wear the title of doctor, but that I'm not a medical doctor, but I have a degree in divinity and ministry. But I don't carry that all the time, because that's a heavy burden. It's a heavy. I've earned it, but there's a time where I need to put it on, and there's I need to let it go because I just want to be Jeff. I want to be silly Jeff. I want to be laughing Jeff. I want to be loving Jeff. I want to be dad Jeff. I want to be husband Jeff. I want to be pop Jeff. So I can't be that all the time. And this is what Dr. Kirk Byron Jones is talking about. He cries at the fact that he bumped into himself, his truest, deepest self, free and unmasked. And the roles that we fill in life and camouflage and sometimes compromise who we are at our essence. It is possible to be so busy, watch this, trying to be so many things to so many people that we lose a sense of who we are without reference to others and their expectations. My wife just had her sisters here 2 weeks ago for a whole week, and I watched them just have a good time and have a sense of stillness. You know, they sat around out back, sat around the pool and talked and chatted, went to a concert, went skating, and it was a girls' trip, but I got joy out of just watching them in that stillness, in that awareness, in that playful moment. It's incredible to see how tense, tight, and tight. I call it the three T's. It's incredible to see, and it not just incredible, but it's hurting for me. It's hurting to see people that carry around the burden of tense, tight, and touchy. Tense, tight, and touchy, just mad for no reason, just hurting for no reason when there's so much help that's available. So that's what we're going to try to do through our book club, co-ed book club. And our first book is Kirk Byron Jones. And I'm just reading excerpts from the book right now. It says, it is possible to be so busy trying to be so many things to so many people that we lose a sense of who we are without reference to others and their expectations. In stillness, in stillness, as all others and all expectations are gathered together for a time in a merciful waiting area outside of my consciousness, someone whom I may not recognize at first glance appears. That's so possible that in the moment of stillness, in the moment when you drop, what you do, in the moment that you just put the phone down, no text, no emails, no social media, no news, not even the radio, where it's just you and God and nature for a couple of moments, you may get to a place where you see somebody that you don't recognize. The person that you don't recognize is you, stripped down, stripped away from all of the things that you think you're supposed to be, all the titles, everything that you believe that you need to be to so many people. You bump into that person. Let me tell you something, it's scary for a lot of people. As I said earlier, bumping into that person, unmasked, without the titles, I'll tell you what takes place. As I said earlier, you bump into that little boy, that little girl who's been screaming out to you, help me, listen to me. I'm trying to talk to you. Let me tell you who else you bump into. It's the God within you. In the Christian religion, we call it the Holy Spirit. Yeah, you bump into that person, and it's telling you, it's trying to heal you from the inside, because that's where the healing takes place. You know, I got on my Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated shirt, but that's what I belong to. That's one of the organizations I belong to. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. On the inside, I'm a child of God. On the outside, I may be Dr. Jeff. I may be dad. I may be papa. I may be husband. I may be counselor. I may be a lot of things, but on the core, on the inside, am I comfortable with who I am on the inside? Because if I'm not comfortable with who I am, if you're not comfortable with who you are on the inside, you can't be successful on the outside. You just faking it to make it. And that ain't cool, because that's going to fall apart sooner or later. And that's what Dr. Jones is trying to teach us here. He says, for a time in a merciful waiting area outside of my consciousness, someone whom I may not recognize at first glance appears. The someone turns out to be me. The me who is me, unadorned by all. He says, when I feel a sense of my deepest self, free from all expectations, dependencies, and false identities, I cry. Man, I'm just reading to you from the first page of this book. If this don't whet your appetite to go in further to this, listen, I'll tell you, I ran a book club, or I facilitated a book club for some brothers. And we went through this book. It took almost 6 months to get through it. It took almost 6 months to get through this because it was so good, and it teaches us how to release. That's what the whole thing about distilling stillness, the first chapter. That's what this is all about. It's teaching us how to decompress. It's teaching us how to get involved with ourselves and getting back to dealing with who we are as a person, conquering those things within that's keeping us from being who God created us to be. Um, he says, "This me feels whole from the inside out. He does not exist for accepted. I'm sorry. He does not exist for acceptance. He exists from acceptance." Let me read that again. He does not exist for acceptance. He exists from acceptance. He has no need whatsoever to overdo or overreach in order to fit in because he has been outfitted from within in a beautiful, comfortable robe of unconditional love. Yeah, 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 yeah. What is the term called when people are mad for no reason? Uh Frustrated, uh inner hostility, unresolved, um, unresolved issues. You know, one of the things I've learned through my counseling training is that many people are extra hard on people who remind them of the unresolved issues within them. So if I've got unresolved issues with me and I recognize that in you, uh, I'm going to be harder on you because I'm really talking to myself, but I'm going at you because I'm really angry with myself. Brother Fields, thank you so much, man. Glad to have you on, man. I hope you get you email me, and I'll put that back up. The link, the book that I'm talking about is Fulfilled: Living, Leading with Unusual Wisdom, Peace and Joy by Brother Kirk Byron Jones. This is a co-ed book club that we're going to um, facilitate every first Monday of the month, starting this month, September 9th at 7 o'clock. Just email the email on the screen, and I'll put that up. I'll put that email up, and you will receive a registration link. You go online and register, and you'll receive the link so that you can join. You can join us. Um, you can join us. Yeah. So, guys, if you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead and hit those stars, hit those likes, share. If you're on YouTube, get the thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can see there'll be some things coming up. Um, and so I'm talking about the book club, but I got so much more to talk about. I really wanted to be an abbreviated version of this because my hay fever is killing me. I'm sneezing and sniffling. Yeah, that sounds very therapeutic. Absolutely, it is. And that's the thing with this book. It's therapeutic. I've learned to get rid of stuff. Uh, can you get it on Amazon? Absolutely. You can get it on Amazon or any of the book stores that you go to. I got mine on Amazon, and it'll come to you. If you got Prime, it'll be there in like 2 days. It's called Fulfilled by Kirk Byron Jones. We're going to be dealing with this every Monday. Get in it, dive in that thing, and man, let me read another part of it. I can't put it down. I'm giving you. I shouldn't be doing this, but It says, coming into mysterious contact with the source of such love is another reason for my crying. I have come to believe in a God of lavish love, grace, and mercy. I know that this love is real because in some moments of stillness, majesty, I feel love all over me. When the love is all over me, I am. I am in heaven and I cry. Feeling God's love and listening to Ella Fitzgerald sing, Louis Armstrong play, whoever it may be, maybe, Beyonce or whoever, is the best proof I have for the existence of God. Blessing on blessing. There are moments when I sense where the love is coming from, a presence whose grace is as relentless as the world can sometimes be heartless. This presence comforts and empowers me afresh with one of my best truths of all. Amid all of the worrying and wounding, there is set free in the world. It's a spirit of relentless healing that will not be stopped no matter what. Listen, I urge you to get to that place. Before you even register, or before we even start on September 9th, on that Monday, I want you to go through some of this book. And yeah, Sharon, that's it. Unable to express themselves is a big one. Let's read some of the comments. Keeping you a mess. Listen, um, I want you to jump into this because Quinn, you can get it on Amazon or any, Barnes and Nobles, any of those major book distributors. Um, I'll send you a link, Quinn, on how to get it. Um, but I want you to get into this book because it's so important. Even as I'm reading this, I think you can feel. I think you can feel what Brother Kirk Byron Jones is dealing with. Oh, let me give you another passage. God, this is so good. I didn't mean to go this far in this. Um, there's another part in this book called The Secret Sensational Power of Stillness. It starts off by saying, silencing our mental chatter is arguably the most important practice of all when it comes to creating, managing, and sustaining a fulfilling life. Here's why. When we are thinking about this and that, we are living small, albeit splendid dimension of ourselves, no matter how meaningful and vital our rationale thinking is. It's never all we are. Think of your mental self as being the tip of a majestic iceberg. Stay with the iceberg image for a moment. Though it's the tip though the tip is what is seen, its larger mass lies unseen, submerged underwater. Moreover, the vast ocean surrounding its mass is yet another portion of the expansive reality. Similarly, your conscious mind is the tip of your total being. Your greater submerged mass is commonly referred to as the subconscious mind, the place where hidden knowledge is stored. But there's even more to us. The water surrounding our conscious and subconscious mind is God's mind, limitless creative wisdom, flowing playful and free, far beyond what the eyes can ever see or rational mind alone can ever perceive. Man, listen, boy, I'm going to stop there, okay? Because I read for you the first 2 pages of this book. But what I want you to do, because this is not going to be a monologue, this is going to be a dialogue. So as we go through this, I want you to read the book, and we're going to deal chapter by chapter. And it's going to take a while for us to get through this book. I'm telling you now. And I want you to talk to me about what you have experienced in practicing your own stillness moment. how you have encountered your inner self, and then what took place. And then what took place. Now, let me caution you. This is a serious book. This is a serious book. And I chose it for a reason. Um, I chose it because it's going to strip you of some things that you've been holding on to that you didn't even know you were holding on to. And you're going to feel the release. And you're going to say to yourself, my God, I didn't know it was that bad. I didn't know it was that bad. Once you start finding that stillness moment, when you sit down and relax and practice that square breathing, breathing in and out, so that you can get back in tune with where you need to be consciously and subconsciously. When you start allowing those things from life leaving you as you exhale, as you inhale and exhale, what's going to happen is you're going to come in contact with yourself. And you're going to have some serious talks with that individual inside. Because that person is you. You. Y'all going to go out and get this Teddy Pendergrass song. You can't hide from yourself. Everywhere you go, there you are. I can't play it because I don't have the rights to the music. And I don't want this to get cut. But that's such a good title. You can't hide from yourself. Listen, I want to get to some other points. And the reason that I chose this book is because throughout my studies, my master's program and my doctoral program, um, I've taken counseling, so I am able, and I'll let you know how to deal that. We're going to let you know if you need to have some life or family counseling. I'm available for that through our website. You can get on the calendar, and we can set up some one-on-one times. You can email me, and I'll send you a calendar link, and we can set up some counseling sessions, and we can help you out with this. But let me introduce you to something else that we're doing here at the Dr. Jeff Experience. Not only will we have our book club, but for the brothers, we're going to have the Dr. Jeff Experience Men Inspirational, Educational, and Entertaining Conversations. Again, email me. The email is there. Email me, and you will get a link so that you can register for Zoom. I'm real excited about this, man. Brothers, we're going to talk, man. We're going to talk. And sisters, I tell you, tell the brothers about this, because I guarantee you, once they start getting involved with this men's group, you're going to see a difference in their life. You're going to see a difference in their life. Let me put it back up. We're going to talk about health, wealth. We're going to have fun. We're going to have some meetups at some places. We're going to do what men do. We're going to hang out, have some fun, and we're going to talk, man. And we're going to get through some things, and we're going to become better. We're going to become better. You see what it says? Inspirational, educational, entertaining conversations, man. We're going to be better. We're going to be better. Yeah, Dr. Niles, how you doing? Reverend Niles, good to have you, man. Good to have you, man. Brother Lil John, good to see you, man. Rue, listen, again, let me put it up again. Let me put it up again. We got the Dr. Jeff Experience Men's Group every Thursday at 7 o'clock. All you've got to do is email me at the email link there. Get the Zoom link. You can register, and you come on board. We'll be talking about the book also, but we're going to have some great speakers. We're going to have some great entertainment. This is a conversation with the brothers. This is where you can relax. You can find a place to talk. What goes on at the Dr. Jeff Experience stays at the Dr. Jeff Experience. Okay, that's the rules right there. We're gonna talk, and we're gonna be better. We're going to be better. That's the whole role of this men's group. Okay? To be better. Rue, Cornell, Rue. Yeah, man, we're going to be better. So tell your brothers, tell your nephews, tell your papa, tell Pop Pop, tell Paul Paul, tell cousin to them, everybody. I don't care. This, and again, this ain't for one set of religion. This ain't for just Christians. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. It's for people who believe and people who don't believe. If you're a man, you need to be on this. Okay, we're gonna learn today. Excuse me. We're gonna learn today. Man, I can't believe we only had one sneeze throughout this show. I get excited, I start sneezing. So I do that even when I preach. So yeah, here it is, the Dr. Jeff experience. So you got two ways so far to be in touch. You got the co-ed book club that's open to men and women. I told you what the book is. It's Fulfilled, Living and Leading with Unusual Wisdom, Peace, and Joy. I'm telling you, listen to me once, listen to me twice. Your life is going to be changed from this book. Now, I don't get any money from promoting Brother Kirk Byron Jones' books. I should, but I'm just in love with his writing. We got some more books we're going to go through with him as we progress. He's got some stuff out there, man, that is, and the whole thing about his writing and what I love about it, it's all about what is so needed right now. And that's us learning how to be. We do so much, and we try to become so many things to so many people that we never take the time to just be. As a matter of fact, we don't even know how to be. I think, like I said earlier, we're afraid to be, because when you be, you meet me, you meet you. We're so busy always talking about they this, they this. And what we don't realize is we are they. We are they. So what this book will do us get in touch with ourselves. It'll help us to become less tense, touch, and tight. The three T's: tense, tense, tight, and touchy. Okay. In other words, you just volatile for no reason at all. Well, for a reason, and the reason is that your inner you has never been dealt with. Tense, tight, and touchy. Three T's: tense, tight, and touchy. You remember that? Let me put that in here. Tense, tight, and touchy. Okay. Say no. Say no to being tense, tight, and touchy. Okay. Say no to being tense, tight, and touchy. Go ahead and say it. Put it in the chat. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Let me know that you heard it. Say no to being tense, tight, and touchy. If you're out there, you're listening, put it in the chat. Say no to being tense, tight, and touchy. The three T's. Just put it in there. No three T's. No three T's. No three T's. No three T's. So go ahead and subscribe. There you go. I got you. 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 I see you. I see you. Okay. Say no. Yep. Yep. That's it. That's it. Tense, tight, and touchy. That's it. Say no to being tense, tight, and touchy. That's it. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That's it, y'all. That's it. That's it. Reverend, I'll stay away from the three T's. That's it, brother. That's it, brother. We're going to stay away from that, man. That's it. So look, two things. We're almost done. Two things. Two things. Well, I can't believe I said I'll be out here at 7:30 tonight. So the two things we went over, we got the book club. It's open to men and women, 7 o'clock. Go ahead and email. And you go back and the email will be on the link. on this live. And as soon as you email, you'll receive a registration link, and that's co-ed. That's for men, women, of all faiths, all walks of life. And then for the brothers, the Dr. Jeff Experience, men's group, inspirational, educational, entertaining conversations every Thursday, 7 p.m. Hold on, let me take this down. There we go. Every Thursday, 7 o'clock via Zoom. Okay. Now, let me explain this. The book club and the Dr. Jeff Experience Men's Group, that's private. That's within us. Okay. So once you register for that link, that's going to be on Zoom. So the only people who are going to be able to see this is those who are registered and are actively participating in this. So this is not going to go worldwide. So people who not involved can chat in. This going to be our stuff. This going to be our thing. Okay. So tell your brother, tell your cousin, tell Papa, tell your nephew, whoever. Get involved with this because we're going to be better. We got special guests lined up that's going to talk to the brothers and help us out. Now, you got the book club. You got our men's group. Last but not least, let me introduce you to this. You see my website up there. You got my website. Let me go to this. I'm going to go to my website, and I want you to know that I am available for engagements. I'm available for family and life consulting. Okay. I'm available to assist you. If you're a member of a church, if you're a member of a church, if you're involved in a church and you want to start a men's ministry or you want to enhance your men's ministry, you want to start a social justice ministry, a comprehensive prison ministry, social justice ministry, if you want to start any of those ministries or you want to enhance your ministries, we are available. I'm going to share my website with you so that you can see some of the things that we do. Okay. Some of the things that we do. This is some of the services that we have available: comprehensive community reform, crisis management, workshops, training, ministry creations, creation and strategies. Okay. These are some of the things that we do. We can help you with this. We can put together community groups, faith institutions, and law enforcement for community partnerships. This is what we do. Crisis management and conflict resolution. You got some stuff you're dealing with and you want to get past it. Give me a call, email me. We can help you in those areas. We can provide some excellent counseling or consulting. We are called family and life consultants, and we can put you in touch with people, and we can help you along some places. But especially if you have churches, you want to enhance or create your men's ministry, prison ministry, social justice ministry, or if you want to start an addiction ministry, we are here to assist you with any of those. All you got to do, email me, hit me up, and we will assist you in that training. We will talk to your leaders. We will train your leaders on how to have a comprehensive men's ministry, social justice ministry, prison ministry, and addiction ministry. We can help you with this. I've been doing this for a long time. I've got degrees in all of this stuff, so you can check me out. All of my credentials are all online. Listen, man, I didn't even expect to go this long, okay? And look at God, I haven't sneezed maybe one time. So, yeah, get the book, Fulfilled, Kirk Byron Jones, every first Monday right now, starting September the 9th at 7 o'clock. I think that's the first Monday. Let me see. Is that the first Monday? Y'all check me. Help me out. Help me out. Help me out. First Monday. Yes, September 9th. That's it. September 9th, 7 o'clock. Email me. You will get the link. You can register. It's co-ed. You and your wife, you and your boo, whoever, whatever. Come on, man. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about this book, Fulfilled. We're going to deal with fulfilled living and leading with unusual wisdom, peace, and joy. Don't you want to live with unusual wisdom, peace, and joy? Don't that sound good? Doesn't that sound good in this crazy world that we live in? That's a good thing, y'all. That's a good thing. I got you, Brother Donaldson. Text me. Here's my email right here, Doc. Well, I'll text it to you so you have it. Again, I gave you 3 ways to connect with the Dr. Jeff Experience and Jay Fauntleroy and Associates, Jay Fauntleroy and Associates. You can be part of the book club, co-ed book club. You can be part of the men's group. And you can also email me if, in fact, you are a member of a church or just a ministry itself. And you want to enhance your men's ministry, your prison ministry, your men's ministry, prison ministry, social justice ministry, or an addiction ministry, let me know. Or if you personally, you want to deal with some life or family consulting, hit me up. We can help you out. All right. Hey, man, thanks for hanging out with me. God bless. I hope you got something from this. Love you all. Have a great week. Go out and be a blessing to yourself along with others. And how you do that is go out and meet needs and solve problems. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll see you Monday. Go ahead and register. Email me. Go back. The email will be here. And you email me and you will receive the registration link. Tell all the guys about the Dr. Jeff Experience Men's Group and go to my website for other services that are available. God bless you. Love you. Meet needs, solve problems. God bless. I'm out.